Now let's go over the gadget's point list. When you drop an object or property on the graphic display and select a gadget, that property is stored in the gadget's point list. When we go to view mode, you can see that the gadget knows what property to display, showing the name and present value. You can see which property is attached to the selected gadget on the toolbar. Each gadget keeps this information in its own internal points list. The points list can be seen and edited by right-clicking the gadget and selecting Edit Points List. The point labeled Value is the main property that is displayed in the gadget, and it can be changed by dropping a new property in that row. The value property can also be changed by dropping it directly on the gadget, then selecting which row of the points list to overwrite. All gadgets that display a single value will have a value point, and most will also have an option to monitor the Out of Service property. To have the gadget monitor out of service, just click the button and it will automatically be filled in with the appropriate Out of Service property. Keep in mind that monitoring out of service increases the number of properties that must be pulled by the graphic display, so only use it when necessary. Let's put the property out of service so we can see what happens. As you can see, an out-of-service property will display a yellow OOS in the upper left-hand corner of the gadget. Don't forget to leave extra space for this marker so it doesn't obscure the text under it. For this temperature sensor, we don't really need to monitor out of service, so we can remove it by clicking the Delete button. All gadgets that can use a range will have 2 extra points in the points list. They are used to establish the low and high values that are considered normal for this property. In this case, let's set both of them to use the value of the setPoint object. Now we need to configure the gadget to use a range. We will want to enable range colors and usually flash when out of range. Now to set the range for the gadget, click the Range tab. There is an option to use a hard set range, such as 68 to 78, but we want the range to be based on the value of the setPoint object, so we'll select the third option. For both the low and high limit, we can enter a calculation. Any valid calculation may be used, and an @ sign in the calculation will be replaced with the value of the setPoint. For example, if the setPoint is 74, then using the @ sign -5 will equate to a low limit of 69. While an @ sign +3 will equate to a high limit of 77. Let's take a look. The text is currently green, meaning the area temperature is within the normal range of 69 to 77, since the set point is 74. Since the area temperature is already out of service, let's raise the value to simulate the temperature going above the high limit. After a few seconds, the text should turn red and start flashing. Now let's simulate the temperature going below the low limit. The text should change to yellow and keep flashing. Some gadgets can display multiple properties at the same time. These gadgets also have a points list. Let's clear the graphic and take a look at one of them. The point grid is a gadget that displays up to 16 properties at the same time in a simple grid. To add properties to the point grid, edit the points list as we did before. I'll move the points list a little closer to the tree. Now, we can drag and drop up to 16 properties to the list. 4 is enough for this demonstration. We won't need the units or description columns, so let's disable them by setting their width to 0. And the point grid should now fill in with the names and values of all of the properties in the points list. Each row can be clicked to display more information about that property. This is optional and can be turned off on the Options tab of the Gadget properties. And finally, properties can be deleted from the grid by selecting them in the list and clicking the Delete button.